Hey there, Jakob here, and as you can see I have a new project going on. It's gonna be an Archtop style guitar, and I already made the model for the tailpiece, so I want to cast this in brass. For the bridge I already made this design. I made a lot of designs trying to figure out what shape I like, and I ended up with this. How I'm gonna make the top is that I'm going to laminate it like on my Doubletop guitar, so it's gonna be Doubletop Archtop. I'm also gonna use this Nomex in between. I'm also thinking about adding like avant-guarde braces, so like this sickle shaped, and because like the dome will follow the shapes very well, I think this will fit like nicely for a Archtop guitar. Anyways, enough said, let's make the mold. I'm gonna use this angle grinder, which has this like blade on it, so I can kind of sculpture it, carve it. Okay. So yeah, wear your glasses, I guess. So yeah, this one won't work anymore, I guess. So I got a new one, and let's hope it doesn't fly around my face again. So now that I have my positive mold, I want to make my negative mold, and I will need that to sand the braces basically. So I will put sandpaper like on the negative, and then I'm gonna use that to sand the braces. Yeah, for that I made this frame, and this frame has like these notches, so the plaster I'm gonna put in there will kind of grip into there, and I separated it with this cling film, and I'm gonna use a more like hard plaster. It's more like a ceramic kind of thing. So what I didn't think of is that normally this area here, so later on the frame, this area, will be flat, or normally it's flat, but on this of course it's not, and it has like this complex shape. So what I need to do now is make an insert from this area here that I will be able to insert later here. And for that I'll need to have like a negative shape of that. And yeah, so I took this board, I kind of perforated it here a little bit so the plaster will hold in there, and then I'm gonna make a negative print. Et voilà. So what I like to do is to add a little extra glue on the edges here, and this will make it much safer to sand off the Nomex and kind of make sure that it sticks on there. Damn it. Hopefully this doesn't fold up again. So here's the result, and yeah, these fold-ups are quite unfortunate, but I used my negative mold to press those down. So while it still, the glue was still curing, I was putting it on there and pressing this down. So yeah, it's not too bad. Also here I put some extra glue because I got a crack here. And there's some fold up here, but yeah, it's outside, so that will be okay. So here's the back, and yeah, there's some glue kind of pushing through, but I'll be able to get rid of that. And this isn't too bad. I think I can kind of patch this. And it's only on backside, but I really want to prevent that for like the top layer, so I might do like another counter mold to this that I can press on there while it's creating the vacuum, so that it doesn't have like any way to kind of fold up, because I think the back connected to the sides first, and then it kind of folded up the spruce plate, so I think that's the problem. So now I want to first off make sure that there are like no high spots here, and secondly I want to kind of sand this Nomex almost down to zero, so that I have like wood on wood connection just on the side, and then it starts to get thicker, because in the end the two spruce plates will have like about 1.6 millimeters, and then the Nomex in the middle, so it will have like 2.6 millimeters in the middle. And I want to go down here a little bit, down to about 2 millimeters, so like this edge here gets more flexible. So here is my setup for the top lamination. So I had a big problem with the bottom layer. Here it kind of teared apart. There it folded up, and here it also folded up. And to prevent it from happening is first I took my top plate and I put on some tape here. So this will prevent it from like tearing apart. And then I'm going to use this counter mold. So I made this counter mold. It's not to kind of laminate or to glue the piece together, but to apply some pressure beforehand before I get on the vacuum. So especially on the back part here, that yeah, it's pushing it down first before I can kind of apply the pressure here, and I hope this will resolve the problem. And yeah, to apply the glue, I'm gonna apply it on this piece of plastic, and then I'm gonna transfer it here. Yeah, let's hope it works. Want to have some extra glue here. It won't change like the weight of the top. It's basically just on the edges. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be able to kind of package it up. It will be visible, but yeah, nothing to do here. So yeah, that's the almost finished top. And yeah, this crack here is very unfortunate. Yeah, I might be able to prevent it in the future by having like a better tape on here. So I think that it's like a packaging tape, and yeah, it's quite stretchable. So a non-stretchable tape across here could be the solution. But yeah, I will fill it with a piece of spruce and hopefully it will disappear. So here it is, and yeah, kind of worked. I need to figure out how to prevent these type of things from happening. There's like a lot of tension going on, and yeah, I really love how this kind of recurve starts, and yeah, it seems quite stiff already. And I put it on the scale. That's about 120 grams, which is a little bit heavier than my regular tops, but I think I'm gonna sand it down a little bit more. Now I need to do the braces, and for the braces I have my counter mold, and now I need to sand them so they fit on here pretty exactly, and then I'm gonna use this counter mold to laminate these or glue these on there. So that's what I have to do with all the braces. Because of the recurve, I'm gonna have to remove a lot of material in the middle here. Yeah, but I think this will add a lot of integrity to the top. So I want the braces to touch the end of the ridge. Maybe move this in a little further. So as you can see, I've decided to basically finish the braces before I glue them on, and yeah, I want to have this like as straightforward as possible. And actually I'm not sure how to voice a Archtop guitar. It will be like a gut feeling, so I'm shaping them to like where I think they're gonna be, and then doing like some fine adjustment later when it's glued on. But yeah, it's much easier to kind of round them and shape them now than later when it's glued on. And to glue on the braces now, I'm gonna use this mold here. I used to sand them, so it's perfectly supported by the mold. And I marked where the braces are gonna be, and I'm gonna use my vacuum bag to get even pressure everywhere. Yeah, I want to buy as much time as possible. So first put on the glue, then spread it, and then put it on the top as fast as possible. So now it's fitting quite well. And as you can see, I sanded through here on the edge. And basically what I want to get is like 0 here and like this build up towards there. And yeah, it's inevitable that I would sand through here. So this is standing a little bit out here, but I think with some pressure this will be clamped down. So now I want to sand the edge of the top or the frame, so they are kind of plain, and you can see here the top is a little bit sticking out, and in the back here the top is a little bit too far pressed in. So first it was standing out, and then I kind of made it wet and pressed it in again, and yeah, you can see I'll have to do some work here, and I need to be very careful because like this top layer is like below 1 millimeter thick, so yeah, so I need to be very careful not to sand through. So as you might be able to see, there are like these marks because of the bracing that we can see through, and I can really feel like little humps here, and I want to sand them down. For this I'm going to use this sanding pad, which is hard foam, and it's perfectly flat. Yeah, that's much better. Normally, if there's something little sticking out, you can feel it very easily. So yeah, that's the top, and you might see a little bit of dark in the middle. That's because I had to fill in the strip, but I think in the end it won't be that visible. So here's the bridge on the top, and as you might see, there's like this little gap, like right here in the middle, and I think that's actually pretty good, because later when I will put on the string tension, so this will assure that the side pieces will have like full contact, and the center will have a contact as well, because yeah, it will basically press itself to the top. And I think I will have a very good fit here. So here's the bridge, and what I want to do now is I want to make the bottom part hollow. So it's not a new idea, but yeah, basically this part in the middle doesn't do anything for the stability. So yeah, by taking it out, yeah, the bridge gets lighter and therefore more responsive. I made like this little jig here, and I want to place it right in the center. And now I can turn it around and use this round router bit to take this out. Alright, so there you have it. I took out quite a bit here, and let's see how much weight we saved. So it's now 27 grams, and I can remember that before it was heavier than the old bridge, and the old bridge is like 30, 31. I think this was like 33, so yeah, maybe 5 grams. Okay, so here's my plan for the pickup. I'm gonna put in here a Harry flat jazz. It's a very flat humbucker. It's gonna be here. And what I want to do is I want to have inserted these 2 pipes here. And imagine this is the pickup. And the pickup will be attached to these 2 brass poles here. The idea is that you can kind of pull it in and out. And yeah, for this I will have to drill 2 holes in here and then insert it. And for the rest of the neck I'm going to insert some carbon fiber rod as usual. Okay, so my idea with the pickup was that I have like these 2 pipes, and at the other side there are gonna be these 2 poles, and this way I can slide in and out the humbucker. Humbucker will be at this place, and to test it I welded the humbucker to like these pipes and a output jack to the poles. I mixed it wrong way around. Normally I would have welded this to there and the other way around, and the idea would be that I don't have a wire here, so that the electricity will be transferred through these pipes and these poles here, and then I could kind of get the cable out here and put it through the neck, and this way it would be super clean. Like when you pull it out, there are like there would be like no wires. And I tested it on like electric guitar. I put it in, I tested it. It kind of works. There's signal coming, but yeah, I'm not so sure because like it's not that great of a connection, and it will probably not sound that great. And for now I think I won't try this. I will kind of get the cable and make a hole like here, and get the cable through here to the body. This way it's also very easy to repair, and if something goes wrong. So for this one I'm not gonna use this idea, yeah, but anyways. So, and here's the body for the guitar. And I didn't make like a video how I built it because I have several videos how I build similar bodies. The only difference here is that I have these two carbon fiber rods, and I basically just routed out these channels here using a template, and then I glued them in. And they are, of course, to take the load of the tailpiece. And another thing to mention is that I'm going to ground the strings by using the tailpiece. So how it will work, this piece here is made out of brass, and the tailpiece later will also be made out of brass, and the strings will be attached to the tailpiece, and therefore they are going to be conducting through here. And I'm going to be able to ground the wires through this. Okay, so next I need to find the exact position of the bridge and put in the bone for nut and saddle. And I always want the low E string to be quite close to the edge, maybe like 2 millimeters. And on the high E string I want more like 3.5 to 4 millimeters. It's because you're always gonna pull by playing, and here you're always, because your hands are from here, you're always gonna push in this direction. And of course you can also like thumb over here. I already kind of worked the bone a little bit like I usually do for the intonation, so I'm pretty much on spot, and I put the neck angle to the exact position, so the string height is pretty much on point. So that's an E. That's pretty much an octave higher. So low E. Okay, that's also on point. And now I need to tape off the area because I want to have like wood on wood connection later before I do my French polish. And I will leave it on so I have the pressure, and slightly try to cut the tape and not the top. Okay, so as you can see, I already started to build the tailpiece, and what I did here is I got this water cut out of a 1 centimeter thick brass, and then I used the outside piece here to drill in the holes, and I had to kind of weld one of them. Wasn't really aligned because that's such a long way. The drill wasn't like completely parallel, so I had to kind of weld something in there and do it again. But that's where I am right now, and I worked the outside with a angle grinder and like files, and the inside with one of these bits here, kind of dremeled it out. And the idea here is that it sits like inside this knob. It's quite similar to the or one of the Ken Parker tailpieces. I kind of got inspired by that. Now I'm gonna try to also work this front part here, and I want to make like this concave shape here also, so the ball ends of the strings are like hidden in there as well, and make this like more lightweight and a little bit more, yeah, worked out. So as I put together the guitar, I noticed that the tailpiece is anchored like at this position, so in between here and not on the ball as intended. And if I put it on the ball, it's a little bit high, so I want to make a narrower piece. So I'm gonna use this ball here, and then later get this up here. So the problem here is to get it flow, and it usually wants to flow in the where it's like hot. Yeah, now the silver wire kind of melts fastest. Okay, now I'm almost there. So now I want to make the pickup mount, and I've already made something here. It's basically a piece of wood, and you have like these two poles. Yeah, you can just slide them in here. You can pull it in and out. And the idea is that these two poles, they're parallel, but they're a little closer together than the center of these two pipes, so that there is like a little bit of pressure on there. So you can pull it in and out, but it doesn't move on its own. And yeah, this one is a little bit too loose, so I will have to do it again anyways. But one other thing to mention is that these holes, they need to be at an angle. So the strings are not gonna be flat to the frets. So they're gonna be up like this. And therefore, like these poles, they also need to be at a angle. And yeah, these two poles are actually a slight angle, so they follow more the strings. Okay, that's the first thing. And the second, I want to make it adjustable. So this one is basically adjustable. So you can turn these set screws here, and the pickup is like glued on there with like this rubber glue. It doesn't work that great, like as you can see, kind of rebounds back, but not really. So this was like the first idea how to make the height adjustment, and I have already a couple more ideas. So the first one was that I have like these turning wheels here, and this thread here is like a regular thread, so if you turn it right it goes down, and the other one is like a left hand wind, so it's like the other way around. And what it will do is if I turn this, they both move closer together, and I move it up like this, they kind of move outwards. And basically it's working, but the big but here, if I have like something like this where it's like connected, it kind of, yeah, when you have like a tilt like this, or like just like a slight tilt, it creates a lot of friction like on the thread. So yeah, that doesn't work. It kind of clamps itself. And second idea was to kind of separate it, make like two little pieces like that, and then glue it on those pieces. And that kind of works, but another problem is that you have like this thread sticking out here. So yeah, you need to have like at least half as much length here before the pickup starts, as you want to have like the maximum adjustable height. So if you turn it out like 1 millimeter, it actually it's raising by 2 because like it's on both sides, so that's good. But yeah, that's one problem with that. And yeah, so I actually worked on another solution, and this is actually for another guitar. So I'm already working on the next one, and on the other one I have even less space like under the strings, and I came up with this. So it's basically like this. It's welded on there, and I have like these turning wheels, and now I only have like a piece of wood here, and this wood basically looks like this. It has like these grooves, and you can put in the some rubbers in here like so, and it holds it down, and you can kind of adjust the height. And yeah, so if you pull this out here, you can see it's raising here, and the rubbers hold it down. And yeah, you can have quite a large tilt here if you want to. So you can turn this out here too. Now it's pretty high. This is like the most compact version of this design. These wheels, they have like a little bit, the thread is like sticking out here, so it's kind of positioning the wooden piece. That's basically how it works, and now I'm going to show you how I make it. So to solder this, this torch here is actually not ideal. So what you want to have is like a torch like this, so you can make like everything nice and warm and not get it too hot. I've had some problems. I tried it out a couple of times, and the main problem is that it gets too hot and then it kind of tends to deform and bend. Yeah, another thing is I need to press it down somehow to get like the connection here. Yeah, key is to not get it too hot. So just right, so the silver's flowing. So the silver will flow where it's the hottest. So I need to get the rods like very hot. I think. Yeah, I need to clean it up again. So now for the final assembly. This is what I got, and yeah, I put on this little piece of wood so to prevent the screws touching the top ever. So I'm gonna put this felt piece over there, which is higher than the screws. So if you press down the whole mount, it won't be able to kind of scratch the top. And to assemble it, I basically have my piece here. And then I'm gonna use these rubbers, and I couldn't find any shorter rubbers, so I'm gonna kind of double them. I think I'm gonna add like another one just to be sure, like so. Now it's nice and secure. So this is how much we got. So we can adjust the height by about 5 millimeters. And here I have a double-sided tape that I kind of folded up a couple of times, so it's a little bit thicker. And now I'm going to insert it to the guitar and glue on the pickup. Move it all the way up. And yeah, there's a little cutout for the wire. Yeah, here it starts to come out, but I think until here you can see it's not moving. And normally you play like in this position, so yeah, shouldn't be a problem that it kind of falls off. Ideally I want to have it so it's all the way to the bridge, so you can only remove it when you have kind of detached the bridge, and this way it would be like totally safe. So as you see, if I only have like the low E string under tension, it's kind of pulling in this direction. So I want to go back and forth between low and high strings. now check the distance from the pickup to you. So yeah, it's pretty much parallel, and yeah. So one thing to note is that the cable here, yeah, you can kind of pull it straight from here. Yeah, it's really hard to kind of solve the problem unless you use these two bars as like the wires, which I might do in the future, maybe like with a kind of thinner bar in the middle or something like that. And yeah, here is the pickguard. This time I made like this key and lock kind of system, so there's like little notch on here, and yeah, it fits in here like so. Yeah, and it holds pretty good. It's like not too sturdy, but I think just as an orientation and as a pickguard, it's doing fine. And yeah, here's the guitar. And one other thing is I have like these kind of ripples here. They are like pressed into the hempstone when it's like still wet. So yeah, these provide like very nice grip, and something I might do more in the future. Yeah, anyways, thanks for watching, and now let's listen to the guitar played by Patrick Wörner.